We're entering the fourth round of the 2025 Formula One season, and the action is intensifying in the desert. The Bahrain Grand Prix is here, and with it comes a tide of excitement, new upgrades, and high-level rivalry. From tyre strategy battles to revolutionary technical upgrades, this race weekend guarantees drama and adrenaline from beginning to end. The Formula One season of 2025 carries on as we go to the blazing sands of Sakir for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Having finished pre-season testing here with quite favourable conditions being more cooler in nature, the teams now arrive back at the desert with significantly changed condition. Here, the sun blazes hot, the circuit is warmer, and there are more stakes at play. The Bahrain International Circuit is no stranger to tyre drama, and so this season will not be one of exception. Though the surface is old, it is still very abrasive, which puts considerable stress on the tyres. Such surfaces require fine balancing of performance and preservation, especially from the long braking zones that nibble away at the rubber. And this nasty risk of sand blowing across the circuit does not help to make things any easier. Heat breakdown will be the main issue, rather than graining or wear. With side loads rated 3 out of 5 and braking pressures rating a 4, the circuit is a relentless test of man and machine's endurance. Add to this air temperatures likely to rise into the 30s Celsius, and it's evident, tyre management will be solely paramount. But what of the upgrade? Let's analyze what each of the leading teams is bringing to Bahrain, and what we can expect from. One of the biggest storylines heading into Bahrain is Ferrari's highly anticipated floor upgrade. The Scuderia saw glimpses of potential during pre-season testing and in simulator runs. However, cold testing conditions limited their ability to fully understand the package. Now, under proper race condition, Ferrari is ready to unleash the next evolution of the SF25. There's been internal debate within the team. Some in Maranello believe it's too soon to debut the new floor, arguing for a more stabilized baseline before major aerodynamic changes are introduced. Meanwhile, Ferrari's aerodynamic department is eager to move forward, convinced that the new floor is a step in the right direction. According to reports from La Gazzetta dello Sport, this is only the first phase of a broader upgrade package that could reshape Ferrari's season, culminating in a major update in Miami. Team principal Frederic Vasseur remains cautiously optimistic. Speaking about the team's strategy, he emphasized the importance of ride height and its link to performance. We all want to run the car lower for more downforce, but there's a limit. Bottoming and regulation constraints make it a delicate balance. Performance is tightly linked to this factor, and we've been spending weekends trying to find where that limit lies. Nevertheless, Ferrari is in need of a reboot. Following an underwhelming Chinese GP sprint race, the Bahrain weekend is their first real opportunity for redemption in 2025. The query: will the new floor be what it is promised to be? Another squad in the spotlight is McLaren. Labeled the most complete package on the grid, they've never won a Bahrain Grand Prix, something they call their second home due to ownership ties with the Bahraini sovereign wealth fund, Mumtala. Team principal Andrea Stella is well aware of what's on the line. With a good performance in Suzuka, hopes are high. But Bahrain is different. Slow corners abound on the track, and those aren't McLaren's best feature. Lando Norris, who is leading the Drivers' Championship by 1 point over Max Verstappen, said, "Slow speed sections have been our weakness, and Bahrain has not got as many high-speed corners. That favors Red Bull more than it does us." Despite this, Norris is optimistic. The qualifying pace in Japan demonstrated just how much potential there is in the McLaren package. With the right optimization of tyre management and sustained pace through the twisty middle sector, a Bahrain win is on the cards, and yet no guarantee. Let's not forget that this is a testing ground for the team under the eye of their key stakeholders. A win in Sakir would be symbolic as well as strategic. Talking of Red Bull, Max Verstappen enters Bahrain behind Norris by a point in the standing. Having lost that incredible winning streak where he last took victory at the last race of 2024, the Dutchman is keen to get back to that top spot. The RB21 seems to have taken a step in the right direction, particularly in slow-speed corners, a traditional weak area. If Verstappen hits the ground running in Bahrain, it might be the beginning of yet another streak of dominance. But as Andrea Stella noted, Max can't always make the difference on his own. Over a 24-race season, you need the best car, not just the best driver. Nevertheless, Verstappen has earned all 61 of Red Bull's points through 2025 to date, demonstrating once more that he's an unstoppable force. Bahrain is quite possibly the site where he starts his cruise towards a fourth title in a row. Don't count out Mercedes. Though they're not making headlines, they sit second in the Constructors' Championship. The W16 has tallied 75 points thus far, their best season start since 2022. After flailing at the beginning of the ground effect era, Mercedes finally appears to have hit upon a baseline that will do the trick. Bahrain, with its intense rear tyre stress and gritty surface, will challenge the W16. Team principal Toto Wolff is realistic but optimistic. Bahrain is a rear-limited circuit. It's hot, it's abrasive, and it's just the sort of circuit we didn't do well at last year. But But it's also the perfect place to see where we are now. Lewis Hamilton, who's had a poor beginning to the season, is looking for the team's upgrades at last to pay off. Talking after Suzuka, he said, "I'm pleased with the development. We've lost some weight on one side of the garage, but hopefully, Bahrain brings some progress. We still have some work to do to catch the front runners, but every improvement helps." Mercedes is not the quickest team on paper, but they're consistent, and that might just prove to be the difference as the season advances. As the Bahrain Grand Prix weekend approaches, there are several key storylines that fans should keep an eye on. One of the biggest questions revolves around Ferrari's floor upgrade. Will it provide immediate performance gains, or could it reveal deeper issues within the SF25's design? McLaren is also under pressure to deliver, aiming to finally win their symbolic home race and solidify their standing as true title contenders. In the meantime, everyone waits with bated breath to see if Bahrain is the beginning of yet another commanding streak for the current champion. Mercedes will also be under scrutiny as they try to demonstrate that the W16 is finally competitive enough to win races, or if the desert track will reveal remaining vulnerabilities. Lastly, tyre strategy will prove to be a decisive element, with brutal track temperatures and heavy degradation making pit wall choices race-winning moments of destiny. The Bahrain Grand Prix is fast becoming the highlight of the 2025 season. New upgrades, developing strategy, and the championship leaderboard in the balance. This weekend heralds high-stakes drama under Saka's evening lights. What do you think will be the most dominant story this? Will Ferrari's upgrades pay off? Can McLaren end their Bahrain jinx? Or will Verstappen regain his throne? Leave your comments below. And if you like this analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a beat in the world of Formula 1. Also, be sure to click the video on your screen at the moment for more F1 insights, only here on Limitless Insight.